Guys, the time has come for us to count down the very best sneakers that have dropped this year. And this is always one of the most exciting videos to make, but at the same time, one of the hardest. I mean, we've had some bangers this year. So let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is the Nike Invincible Run 3. So this, granted, is a pretty basic sneaker that you can just pick up from Nike, like right now. But it is literally the most comfortable pair of shoes I have ever put on my feet. And honestly, I did not expect this pair of shoes to be on this list. But in the hours that I spent going back and forth with this list, I just couldn't take these things off. As soon as you put these on your feet, it becomes very clear that they are something completely different to what you're used to wearing. Granted, the one big drawback about this pair of shoes is that they are pretty expensive, but this wide base, full-length zoom cushioning is clearly something that Nike has put a lot of research into developing. I mean, it's honestly unlike any other sneaker on the market, and an absolute joy to wear. Coming in at number 9 is the Jordan 1 High 85 Black and White, or Panda. This is easily one of my favorite and best Jordan 1s of this year. It's definitely not as flashy as the rest or some of the collaborations, but if you wanted a pair of Jordans that you could wear with pretty much anything, I think you'll absolutely be winning with an original colorway of the Jordan 1 made with the 1985 specs. I mean, this packs a ton of history into the Jordan 1 while just looking super clean. I'm not the biggest fan of the materials that they put on the Jordan 1 High 85 silhouette, but at the same time, I never really have any high expectations for Jordan 1 leather in the first place. Guys, one thing I look forward to every single year is Represent's Black Friday sale. And guess what? It is now live. This is your chance to grab some incredible steals for yourself, or hey, maybe a Christmas gift. Now, items do sell out quick, so let me help you out. Here's my top picks to help you out with the decision making. For sneakers, the new Represent HDN is a chunky classic. They're such a versatile option that pair perfectly with cargos or denim. Now, the Bully is my personal favorite because they are so incredibly comfortable for a retro skate shoe. There's a bunch of colorways to choose from, but I don't think you can go wrong with the buttercream or the black. Now, hoodies are an awesome pickup or gift because you can never get enough of them. And yes, guys, the insanely popular Owners Club hoodie is also part of Black Friday. These are some of the best quality hoodies you've ever felt, all made from 100% heavyweight cotton. Now, there's also some incredible jackets that I recommend checking out, like this camo utility one. It is literally the perfect fit whether you're wearing it on its own or if you want to layer it with a hoodie underneath. I'm gonna leave all of the links and sizing information for you guys down in the description below, so check that out. Trust me, there's some amazing stuff in this year's Black Friday and some incredible steals. Huge thank you to you guys for using my links when I have them. It helps out the channel massively, and of course a massive thank you to Represent for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. Taking the number 8 spot is the Jordan 3 J Balvin. Now look, I think we can all agree that J Balvin didn't have the greatest start with his first 2 collaborations with Jordan Brand. I mean, they definitely felt a little bit over the top, at least in my opinion. So when we found out that he got another collaboration and was going to be working on a Jordan 3, I didn't really have the highest of expectations. But turns out he really went in a completely different direction, because these things are phenomenal. It mixes his colorful design motif with just clean, simple, and wearable. The result, I think, is a really good looking colorway with great storytelling, nice details, great leather, and a banger of a pair of Jordan 3s on foot. So yeah, definitely a solid pair, and now I'm looking forward to his next collaboration. Coming in at number 8 is the Adidas Mr. Bailey Osmorphis. Definitely not the most hyped sneaker on the list, but ever since these dropped earlier this year, I have absolutely loved wearing them. As much as I personally and a lot of you guys love retro designs, I also really love sneaker designs that do something really different. And Mr. Bailey, who's an independent designer, is really at the forefront of pushing the sneaker game forwards in terms of its futuristic designs. And the Osmorphis is not just a really cool looking futuristic sneaker, but it's also super practical and comfortable as well. Taking the number 6 spot is the Yeezy 350 V1 Pirate Black. Man, this is honestly a sneaker I never thought I would own. I mean, when they first released back in 2016, I of course missed out on them, was never able to touch them, and when the resale price soared to over 1,000, I was definitely not going to be paying that. And honestly, I never thought that Adidas and Yeezy would actually re-release these things. Basically, it's been an absolute roller coaster for anything Yeezy brand this year. But hey, Adidas decided to release leftover Yeezy stock, and we finally got a release here in 2023. And honestly, it feels pretty insane to actually own this pair of shoes. It's a piece of Yeezy history and one of the coolest sneakers out there. It is still one of my favorite sneakers of all time, and definitely one of the best to drop this year. And as Yeezy brand slowly dies out, as Adidas kind of contemplates whether to burn the rest of the stock or not, the Pirate Blacks are going to be one of the last gems that we get from the entire thing. Coming in at number 5 is the Nike SB Dunk Low Jarritos. I thought that these would be higher on the list. I mean, they were my favorite dunks for a long time after they dropped. So you already know the next 4 on this list are going to be insane. Either way, I think that this sneaker is the perfect representation of a Nike SB collaboration done to perfection. I mean, it's super fun because it's a skateboarding shoe done by a sportswear brand that's teaming up with a Mexican soda company. It is super detailed with materials that can be cut away or worn down to reveal a completely different material and color underneath. And one of the most important things, it looks really, really good. The colorway is just super wearable and nice. It looks great on foot, and honestly, this collaboration is just special. Alright, taking the number 4 spot is the Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined. That's right, after a very long wait, we got the return of an absolute classic. And there was no funny business with this retro like we've seen on other ones. Jordan brand changing up some fundamental elements of the sneaker itself. The only thing that these had was some slight aged details, like a sail midsole and a sail back tab, which granted some people didn't like, but I happen to love. There's honestly nothing to complain about with this pair of shoes. It's pretty much exactly how I would want a Jordan 3 White Cement retro. Alright, before we get into the top 3, I am going to run through these honorable mentions because we do have 4 of them. It's going to be a speed run. First honorable mention is the Jordan 1 Low Black Toe. Phenomenal colorway, nothing to complain about with this pair of shoes. It's pretty solid. Even the materials were not bad. Next honorable mention, the Yeezy 500 Tactical Boot. Pretty much one of the only new models that we saw from Yeezy brand. As we know, these were probably supposed to release ages ago, but we only got them this year because, you know, Yeezy Adidas drama. These are actually shockingly comfortable for a pair of boots. Like, you throw these things on and I feel like I could literally play a sport. Next honorable mention, and this one might be a little bit controversial, but the CPFM Fleet 2. I'm well aware that a lot of people think like this may even be one of the ugliest shoes of the year. I'm actually a fan. I think it's a really cool idea. I think they did it pretty well, bar all of the sizing issues, and it's really nice to see Nike do something so different. Last honorable mention is the upcoming Travis Scott Jumpman Jack. Now obviously these haven't released yet. They're supposed to drop this year, but that is not confirmed, so I did want to make it an honorable mention. It's Travis Scott's very first signature sneaker. It has a lot of people interested in it, and I think it could actually be a pretty solid model. Honorable mentions out of the way, let's jump into this top 3, starting off at number 3 with the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Olive. I think we all expected this one to be up here. Travis Scott rarely misses with his Jordan collaborations, and actually this pair of ones immediately went up there as one of my favorite Travis Scott collaborations of all time. The colorway is great, the materials are great, the overall quality is great, especially compared to a standard pair of Jordan 1s. And as far as a collaboration on a Jordan 1 goes, this is probably the perfect way to do it. I mean, just a subtle change with the backward swoosh to an already amazing sneaker model is pretty much all we need. Now, I completely understand that the hype is insane, the resale price is insane, making this one of the least accessible sneakers on today's list, but that's why I think placing them at number 3 is perfect. Taking the number 2 spot is the Jordan 4 Nike SB Pine Green. I think that this sneaker is overrated, but at the same time, it's not. Let me explain. So this is the first time we've ever seen Nike SB collaborate on a Jordan 4, and that's definitely cool. I love the idea of Nike bringing together their skateboarding division with their basketball division and just bringing it into one shoe. But what they changed on this pair of shoes isn't as groundbreaking as I've heard some people say. They're not any more comfortable than a standard pair of Jordan 4s, so I think with some of those aspects, like these being way better than a standard pair of Jordan 4s, they are a little bit overrated. But what these actually are is a phenomenal Jordan 4 colorway, like really, really nice, with very, very good materials that look even better on foot. And coming in at number 1 is the Nike SB Dunk Low Born and Raised. Yes guys, it's a surprise to me too, and I made this freaking list. So I got this pair of shoes before they released to make a review for you guys, and I ended up wearing these things like all summer long. And through all of those months that I was wearing them, I was just realizing how special and cool this pair of sneakers is. Now I will say that the release was pretty awful. As you know, the founder of Born and Raised, Chris Spanto, unfortunately passed away right before they were supposed to drop, and this put a pause to the release, which made the price suddenly spike up. Then with the ridiculous resale price of these things, a lot of pairs ended up in resellers' hands. Despite all of that, the sneaker itself is truly incredible. You've got a ton of embroidery and added elements. You get literally the coolest pair of extra laces that I've ever seen included with a pair of sneakers. And yeah, yes, of course, they look absolutely phenomenal on foot. I always love to know what you guys think, so drop it down in the comments. What are your 3 favorite sneakers of this entire year?